And we're live. What is this, Lady Ada?
Hey everybody, it's time for the Hangout on Air. This is our weekly show and tell, which we do every week at 7:30 p.m. It's me, Lady Ada, Mr. Lady Ada. We're here at the Adafruit factory. We have a payphone that might be used later, and we're here with you, the makers, dreamers, lovers of electronics, 3D printing, hacking, all sorts of good stuff. Tell us what you're up to. We have to get out of here at 7:50. So take 2 to 3 minutes. Please mute your mic while you're waiting.
That's right.
And then we'll call on you in the order that you are going to be called in. Show off your project. Take 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll move on.
That's right. We're going to change things up. We're going to start with JP first.
Ooh, caught me off guard. Okay, I just had unmute. Nice. So I have a project that just came out. Let me mute a little bit. On Friday as a video and on Monday as a guide, and it's called the Shuttered Glass Chamber. It's one in my mystery box series, and I have it right here with me. This is it. It is a little box with 3 windows cut in it. It's actually going to be used in an escape room sort of thing, an interactive mystery thing. It won't be triggered this way in that mystery, so I'm not giving anything away, but for the purposes of the guide, I have a little magnet that I'm using to trigger the visibility, let me try to get that, of the objects within. So you can see when I run the magnet over the hall sensor, we get LCD shutter panels that go transparent to show off some stuff on the inside. So this is 3 of our little LCD shutters taped to the inside there, actually hot glued and then taped. And then I'm using a trinket and a hall sensor and a little LiPo charger and a battery to run the thing. And just as a kind of cooler demo, I think, of just building it, I built this little, whoops, oh, that's very heavy. Let me take that back. So this is I don't know why I have this exactly, but this is this like 5-pound steel skull, and it's kind of a cool object to see behind the glass. Here, let me grab my camera. All right, so you can see.
I see me in a black mirror. I think that's a symbol.
Spooky.
Oh, weird. Okay, wait. Yeah, do it again.
You guys again. So this stuff works really well, and what I'm doing, you can apply voltage to it just from a battery and go between dark and light. What I'm doing is using a PWM on the trinket so that I'm fading the voltage up from about 0 up to about 5 on this one and back down. So it works really nice, really smoothly. I'm basically just modifying the fade sketch from Arduino example install, where it's using like 5 steps at a time, and you can adjust that to make it smoother, and you can adjust the time to make it faster. So that is the shutter glass panels, and I think there's a lot of cool uses people will come up with for them. We've already had Noah and Pedro did some cool sunglasses with them. I actually wanted to show the place that these come from is actually from a welding mask. So this is my welding helmet, and it's got a mirror coating on top of it, but it's basically the same thing. It has one of those in there, and there's a couple photo sensors, and when you spark up your torch or start welding with an electric welder, it very quickly switches quick enough that you don't go blind. And then there's some little sensor or little settings inside of here to tune between how quickly it goes on and how dark it gets, depending on the type of welding you're doing. So that's why these are available to us, because they're made in huge quantities for welding.
What type of welding do you like to do?
I just do MIG, either flux core or CO2 argon.
And what type of welding did you do, Lady Ada?
I also had a MIG with an argon tank.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Thank you so much, JP.
It's like hot glue with metal.
All right, Noah and Pedro.
Big soldering.
What'd you print this week?
Hey guys, we think it's time to renew. This my palm kind of started blinking.
Uh-oh.
Go to carousel.
Gotta go carousel.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think here comes a.
Renew.
So this week's
I'm
project
not sure
is.
I want to do this.
I want to float.
Sure. I'm gonna go over here in the bathroom and yeah.
Yeah. So this week's 3D printed wearable cosplay project is the Life Clock from Logan's Run. So it's a simple little trinket with a jewel on top. So if I just turn this off, you can see that it's...
Carousel.
We already flew and we made it. Yeah. Nobody makes it. What are you talking about?
Everybody loves.
So we're using this medical grade tape called Transport, which you can get. It looks like Scotch tape, and it does a really good job of adhering to your skin. You can apply it multiple times. So we're just using this nice little enclosure with a little twisty top on there to hold the jewel and the gem in place. We got a 150 milliamp battery inside there and then access to the on and off switch. So super simple. And then one cool trick that we found out while printing these is if you use a glass heated build plate, the bottom will come out nice and shiny, which will make the tape adhere to it a lot more better than using something like blue painter's tape or the print and Z plates that we have. So that's a nice tip if you're adhering printable objects to your body with tape. Use a glass heated build plate for that. So we get a nice smooth bottom. And then the other thing is the translucent material that we're using to shine this through. I think it takes about 5 millimeters to completely diffuse all of the neopixels off of there. So you can see there, it's 5 millimeters.
That's nice.
Completely diffuses that. Yeah, and then for the Arduino sketch, it's just using Tony D's interpolation code to fade between 0 to 50, something like that.
Yep. Yeah, you can change it. Yeah, it's nice.
So it's a super easy project. When I was sketching this out, I wanted to have like some sort of Ninja Flex strap to go like on your hand, but that totally took away from the illusion of having it implanted. So using the transport tape is a really good option to use. And of course you can stick it on your sweaty face and it'll hold on just fine for like a convention or something like that. So of course all the Fusion 360 files are available. You can get all the step-by-step guide on how to build this super easy.
Where is Sanctuary? Asking for a friend.
I think that robot knows.
Yeah. Are you going to send us one of those so we have it at the office?
Yeah, we'll send you guys too.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be sure to.
Just asking for a friend again.
Yep. And I'll send you a nice fold tape of this so you can keep using that around.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. Next up, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Hey there.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So
What's
got some more
canon?
progress done this week. Didn't do much last week to the science fair, but this week was all about playing with lots of oil, which is not the most enjoyable thing to do. I don't have photos of, or I have photos of this, so we'll go ahead and show those off real quick. I've gone through about 1.5 gallons of this really, really nasty oil so far, and it's just sitting there behind my microscope, pumping it through the vacuum pump over and over and over again, trying to clean out all the contaminants in this thing. And that takes hours to do, and it's on your knees, and it's not very much fun. But that's done, so I decided to start the pump up, and it didn't spin. The motor spun up just fine. Pump could be spun by hand, but this pump has got this weird clutch inside of it that apparently by getting oil on it, I've set free. And setting that clutch free, there's no replacements available for this anymore. I tried cleaning it out, still wouldn't engage. So my solution was just to put it back together with large quantities of super glue. Cyanoacrylate does a pretty good job at two metal surfaces that are very close tolerant or very tight tolerances. So the hope is that none of the new pumps need a clutch. Barely any of the old pumps came with a clutch. Maybe this pump doesn't need a clutch too. We'll see how that works out. The belt's still really oily, so it's slipping a lot, which isn't the best thing right now. In cleaning that pump out though, I got to look at the filter on the inside of this thing, and it's filled with contaminants. And this pump is designed to have no dust whatsoever inside of it for it to function properly. The way it works is it's basically spinning a piece of steel around on the inside and holding it within like a couple thousand or less than 1/10 of a thousandth of an inch within the edge. So any dust inside this thing destroys it. And so I'm surprised this pump was still able to turn considering how much dirt I found inside this thing. And the second big thing I made progress on was the cooling system. So the other pump, the high vacuum pump on this system, it boils hot oil, but you have to cool it to make sure the oil recondenses and falls back into the reservoir. So it came with this big old cooling system. It does 5 liters per minute. It uses Freon. It apparently works really well, but I've got to get it working. So started pumping a bunch of water through it just into a bucket, and it started spitting out a bunch of rust, which is kind of scary. And then in addition to that, I found a puddle of water underneath it, which initially freaked me out, so I turned it off. It turns out the thing's forming a bunch of condensate because all the insulation's fallen off the AC system. I mean, I guess that's just part of dealing with these old systems, but it really did scare me because this thing's got line voltage running through it, and I did not want to have any water causing problems. It is plugged into a GFCI, but still. So in turning it off, though, I left cold water next to cold coils, and I froze the reservoir solid. I haven't noticed any damage from it yet, but it does have me concerned that to shut this pump off, you have to basically get in there, disconnect the cooling system, and then shut it off. So I got to figure out some better way of making it not take 10 minutes to turn off and warm up so you don't freeze the thing. And then the last big thing I did was where the path, basically the acceleration path the electrons travel down, was literally filled with sawdust, and in a high vacuum situation, that's terrible. So I spent a good couple hours cleaning out all of the linings of the acceleration column. And so that was a bunch of Q-tips and some polishing compound.
Well, excellent work. Keep coming back and showing your progress. This is a fantastic project.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of work too, but I mean, that's what makes these projects fun, so.
Yeah, this story has an arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting kind of exciting because it's like, what's going to happen when it turns on? It's going to work out. We'll find out.
The hope is that it doesn't blow up when it turns on. So, I mean, this thing's got enough electrolytic capacitors from 1978 that I'm kind of concerned, but we'll see.
Throw the robot. All right, next up, Lim. How's it going, Lim?
Hello. I have a project with the ATtiny 85. So this was I salvaged this from a dumpster. This is a tap light, I think, a light that you use in a closet. However, I didn't have there wasn't a so I had my own remote, but the protocol was wrong. So I took it apart and turns out that I examined the circuit on this PCB, and it turns out that all I had to do was to control 3 pins on the to output from this PCB. I wanted to replace it with ATtiny 85, but the footprint was wrong. The footprint is too big, so I used direct soldering from another port that I had. It took over the circuit. So now this circuit has PWM.
Oh, nice.
And it has IR control.
Nice.
That's a great dumpster dive.
Good work.
Yeah.
Good work.
Getting those two to work was actually quite a challenge because it's only 2 timers. And if you want PWM on 3 pins, you actually have to do a software PWM. Because you need to use 1 timer to control the IR.
Outstanding.
So,
Email support@adafruit.com. You get an Asking on Show and Tell sticker, and then also tell them you get the little dumpster dive badge.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. All right. Next up, Tom Meehan. Tom, how's it going? Hey, Tom. Unmute your mic and show us your project.
Oh, there we go, I think.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, you're good.
Hey, I've been working on trying to build a functioning voice comp machine from Blade Runner. So this is sort of a prop type thing, but I'm actually trying to get it interfaced with some heart rate analysis and skin temps and GSR. So right now I finally got the arm working on this thing, which took me forever actually. And I ended up burning out a couple Arduinos in the process. But that part's actually working great. And I'm actually going to be changing the servos out to some servos from you guys that are continuous rotation servos, just because I think they're going to be smoother than the ones that I hacked to make into continuous rotation ones.
Okay, this is fantastic. I have one question though. If you see a tortoise in the desert flipped over, what do you do, Tom?
Well, I can't do the real answer for that.
Okay, this is fantastic. Can you send any photos at all whatsoever? This is like, I'm obsessed with
He's a huge Blade Runner fan.
so
Oh, great, yeah.
yeah, if there's any Adafruit gear that we can help make this project work out, if you're willing to do some photos or even a learn guide, we'd love to help you with it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to keep, I have some of this posted up on, Hackaday, and some of it up on Prop Summit.
Great.
Cool.
Okay, send when you email support@adafruit.com, you get an Asking on the Show and Tell sticker and a pair of eyes. I only do eyes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thanks, Tom.
All right, gonna wrap up with Richard and then Roberta. Richard,
What's new?
on your mic, show us the project. Wait, did I just say open up your mic? Mute your mic and show us. Unmute your mic and show us your project.
Okay. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff going on this week. We did the International Arduino Day celebration here, and Tony D showed up for a little bit and hung out. We also had some people from Hackster.io here doing a couple of demos with Arduino 101. And then I actually, like I said last week, I got a bunch of your guys' robot kits. And I built one, and then I actually just gave it to, I think it was like a 10-year-old kid who stopped by. And he totally took off by himself and built the robot and figured out how to make it move. So I spent yesterday actually rewriting the programming to adapt it for the same type of thing that I did with HackyBot to do the obstacle avoidance. And so I added a sonar sensor there. And so now it'll do some obstacle avoidance stuff. Then the other thing we've been working on is the IoT, or rather the smart home. The Barbie smart home we'll be doing here pretty soon at the museum. So this is a laser cut file that I found on someone's Etsy, and I thought it was really cool, so I just went ahead and bought it and cut this out this morning. And then we also have some sensors. So this is just kind of like a nightlight sensor that I threw together with just a photoresistor. This one we tried doing the same thing with a thermistor. I'm not too sure how that's going to turn out, but we also have some computer fans and the PIR sensors, and hopefully we'll have a bunch of people trying to figure out how to turn this into a smart home.
Love it.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I'm also talking this week with a group who's designing a display for the Bay Area Maker Faire for Intel.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully we'll be working on that. They're still approving the budget, but that should be taking up my next month and a half at least.
Outstanding. Well, we get a show and tell sticker if you want, of course, but
Barbie,
or whatever else. Okay. All right, we're gonna wrap up with Roberto. Roberto,
give the volume.
unmute your mic and show us your project.
Oh, can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound great.
Oh, man, I think my microphone wasn't muted this whole time. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But I have two little quick projects about displays used for name tags. And the first one is the e-paper project from, I think it's Yolam. And it cycles through like contact information. And the reason this project's related to the one that I actually like wrote software for was because I wanted to bring this out and see the images.
Oh, your mic is going out. Something happened.
Oh no.
Oh, now you're back.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to show like how this was like the reason why I wanted to write some software for the TFT is one mainly I wanted to use the touch screen on and so that I could also have color. And so I translated that code into software that'll pick up swipes like up, down, left, right. And
Oh, neat.
okay, so if I move the finger across to the left, it'll pick up.
Yeah. Yeah, tilt it back a little bit. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to attempt to swipe left.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it has, okay, so.
There you go. Ooh.
Yeah, my demo's not working, but it's supposed to.
Oh, I see it. You're pushing it around.
Well, yeah, but like on swipe it should.
Yeah.
But when it is working, what it's supposed to do is move through the file system.
No, your sound's cutting out again.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I didn't quite get the swipe feature going, but I just wanted to update that I'm working to get that e-paper program running on a
Excellent multipass.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we eventually want to make the fifth element like 3D printed things at the end where she connects them all, and they have fire, water, and all that. Maybe after the Blade Runner stuff.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Fifth Element's a real cool movie for props and stuff.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so
sweet.
much.
We
Thank
got
you,
to
Tom.
really-
Thank you, Roberta. Thank you, Richard. Now, Pedro, I'm glad you're going to stick around for another 30 years. JP and Adam, thank you, everyone. This is our most fun that we get to have every single week. Thank you so much, the Maker community and more, showing and sharing your projects. 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday. Ask an Engineer, 8 p.m. coming up.
Yep.
Just a couple minutes.
And get ready.
If you're on the show and tell and you wanted a sticker, just email support@adafruit.com. And if you wanted a special treat because you did something else like a dumpster dive badge, just put the request in too. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
See y'all in a few minutes.